Today's December 22nd, 2018. Today I'm going to be changing or replacing the valve stem in my rear tire on my motorcycle. The other day I was riding my motorcycle, and towards the end of the ride I had a flat tire. I got home and checked the tire, and I couldn't find a nail or any debris in the tire. So I put the air in the tire. Still, there was no leak. So I went to try to test the pressure of it, and as soon as I touched the valve, I could hear air. So I know I have a faulty valve, which I'll try to get a close-up and show you where it just broke off. But on a motorcycle, anytime you have on these straight-up valves, it's kind of a pain in the butt to get a tire gauge in there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some 90-degree ones on here, and hopefully that will save the aggravation. I wanted to show you the valve stem that I'm using. I ordered these off of Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. They were $12.99, and now these aren't the Moto X ones. I think those are like 23 and change, but the principle is that this will just go into the rim, and this nut goes on the inside of the rim and tightens it down. There's a gasket here which should keep the air into the tire. Now, I've never used these before, so I'll have to get back with you on what I think of them after I install them and use them for a while. But that's the game plan right now, and I'll see if I can get a closer shot. Let's see here. That's it, and this is the nut that goes on there. And maybe you can see the gasket, or I'm not sure if you can, but it's on the inside there. That would be the seal. There's the old valve stem, and basically it was rotten right about here, or either it had a break in it. So whatever you do, if you're only going to break one side of the bead, do not lose this nut in the tire, because it's a pain in the butt to get it, to find and to fish out without breaking the other side. Okay, so I've got my hand with the nut right behind the rim here. I'm going to go ahead and try to seat this, which is probably easier said than done. What I had to do is I had to break the bead on the other side to pull the tire over the rim on this side. Let's see here, see? I had to pull the tire over the rim. I just felt like I wasn't getting this nut on here. I couldn't reach it with a good wrench to hold it tight while I was tightening this down, so I decided to break the bead on the other side. So just make sure, I'm gonna go ahead and put some blue Loctite on this and wrench this down. And they say don't over tighten it, but I just want to make sure it's on there and it has a good seal. So let's see what we get. Alright, what I'm going to do now is just let it sit 24 hours before I install on the wheel, just to make sure everything's seated correctly and make sure I still have pressure in the morning. Alright, my thoughts on the valve stem. I like the valve stem. It's much easier to test the air pressure in the tire with the 90-degree portion. Installation. Now, I tried to break one of the beads and just tried to put this valve stem on with one of the beads broken. Couldn't do it because I could not get a wrench in there. Due to the curvature of the rim, I could not get the wrench to lock down on the nut so I could tighten it up. I tried to use just an open end and a closed end wrench. I tried one of these swivel ones. That wouldn't work. What may work, if you have, which I did not have, is a offset box wrench. That may work. You might want to try that before breaking the bead on the other side and pulling it over the rim. Just food for thought. Maybe it'll work. But otherwise, I will give you an update on the valve stem after maybe 6 months to a year to see how it's holding up. All right, thanks for watching. Now the fun part, putting it back on the motorcycle.